Guys, it is Community Music Monday, and it's pretty simple. The bigger the slice of pie, the longer the song has been on the wheel, the smaller it is, the newer it is, or the more it has been, the bigger it is, the more it's been boosted. But, guys, I am going to spin this wheel. If you're in the chat and you have a song on the pie list, good luck to you. If you're finding out you won on YouTube a little bit later, congrats. Guys, good luck. Let's see what it's going to be. Big slice or small slice? It's looking like it's going to be a pretty medium slice. And I actually just recently listened to the Mountain Goats. I just recently did a full album by them. And so, this is Woke Up New. Yo, Indians Fever 11. Thank you so much for the sub. Welcome to the Rooskies. Guys, who won the list? Shout out to Lady Rooski, by the way. The Wook wife. We love the Wook wife. Guys, who put this song in here? Are you here? Guys, I am going to hit the play button on this thing. I am now more familiar with the Mountain Goats. I've heard one album, but let's see what another. Oh, it's Sam. What's up, man? From a list of fan favorites. Okay, perfect. See, Snake Sam. Well, here we go. A great follow-up to an album we just did. Love to hear it. Guys, have you heard this song or not? I am going to hit the play button. But before I do, it's very important to me that you know that you are awesome, that you are valuable, that you are important, that you matter, that you are deserving of love, and that I am abundantly grateful for even a moment of your time. If you like what you see, feel free to hit the like and the subscribe button. It goes a long way to help me out. If you really like what you see, leave a comment. I would love to hear from you, or join us on Twitch. These people over here are actually the best people. Just ask Indians Fever 11. Clearly, they made a good first impression. Again, welcome, homie. Come hang out with us. Come discover music with us. I stream every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Arizona time, and I know I speak for all of us when I say we would love to have you by. Guys, without further ado, Woke Up New, the Mountain Goats. Here we go. Bang. Ooh.
On the morning when I woke up without you for the first time, I felt free. And
I love his acoustic guitar tones, man.
And I began to talk to myself almost immediately, not being used to being the only person there.
Wow, that's an interesting comment on loneliness. On the morning when I woke up without you for the first time, I felt free and I felt lonely and I felt scared. Like, wow. So like kind of post-breakup, and I began to talk to myself almost immediately, not being used to being the only person there. That is such a big comment on new loneliness specifically. Like I'm immediately brought to this phase of my life that I call the Red Room days. And it's like, it's not something I'm going to jump too deeply into, but it was like this phase of my life immediately after I separated from my ex-wife. Like, we're not quite divorced yet, but on the way there. And I moved in with my friend Samson. Shout out to Samson. Coolest guy I think I've ever met. But he had his guest bedroom. All of the walls were painted red. And I stayed in there for the next 5 months until I moved out west. But I can remember waking up in there the first day and being like, this isn't my room, and like kind of looking around. And very similarly, you immediately kind of start acting differently because your whole life has changed. And I think that comment on loneliness can happen from like a death, a divorce, like moving out and into your own place for the first time. Like, there's a number of scenarios that bring this moment. And I think it's such an interesting comment on that moment.
The first time I made coffee for just myself, I made too much of it.
Yeah.
But I drank it all just 'cause you hate it. When I let things go to waste, and I wandered through the house like a little boy lost at the mall. And an astronaut could have seen the hunger from space, and I sang, oh, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? What do I do without you?
This is such an honest comment on real loneliness.
On the morning when I woke up without you for the first time, I was cold, so I put on a sweater and I turned up the heat, and the walls began to close in, and I felt so sad and frightened. I practically ran from the living room out into the street.
Definitely this folk vibe is hitting
And the
me.
wind began to blow, and all the trees began to bend, and the world in its cold way started coming alive. And I stood there.
I think he's talking about having slept diagonally for the very first time and waking up the night after he slept diagonally. And if you're not familiar with that particular reference, there is a Fish song, and it's just 3 lines, and the lines of the song are, when you're there, I sleep lengthwise, and when you're gone, I sleep diagonally in my bed. And I feel like in this context, this song is kind of to Crimson's point, a discussion about sleeping diagonally, like, because they're gone. And this is definitely like the morning after that feeling.
Like a businessman waiting for a train, and I got ready for the future to arrive. And I sang, oh, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do?
Wow.
What do I do without you?
It really is like there's an element of commenting on almost like what a codependency is too. Like the realization, like, oh my gosh, this person I've occupied so much of my life with is now no longer around. And again, it could be about a number of things, like losing a friend, like losing a lover, like losing a spouse, like, I think that it's kind of a universal thing. I mean, I'm tend to imaginatively live in a land where this song is about, the aftermath of a romantic falling. But I don't feel like the way it was written, it has to be limited to just that kind of separation or sadness or loneliness. And I think that makes it a really great song. And again, the Mountain Goats, I really appreciated that the album I listened to, and I actually think I liked this more than any of those songs. I think this has been so far my favorite of their songs. This was wonderful. Like, this was truly such an earnest comment on this, and to sing about grief and loneliness and sadness in such an earnest and integrative way is kind of a big deal, right? Like, it's a raw thing to sing about. Because if you think about it, every single time that they step up to the stage to sing this song, the writer of this song remembers why he wrote that song. That doesn't make it necessarily easy to follow up with, because again, regardless of what the catalyst was for the writing of this song, it's clearly riddled with like really heavy feelings, and woven into the lyricism and is his delivery of the lyrics, which are that kind of sounded like a dude sitting in his living room just playing a song in the loneliness that he's singing about. I really enjoyed it. Thank you for that one. Sea Snake Sam, that was great. Guys, I love you. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much for the positivity that you show both to me and to one another. Continue to be the best. And until I see you next, be introspective and consider the birds. Goodbye.